Kitkats can read. Hello everybody, my name is Katie. Welcome to another video. Today is going to be my World of Kitkats TBR for the month of September. Here is my World of Kitkats TBR board, and Nutmeg is having a little say in the board. But for those of you that don't know, World of Kitkats is my own TBR board game where you basically start from the bottom and work your way around in a little wiggle. Once you reach the top, you start beginning again, but the whole point is that you land on a colour cat or a treat yourself. Colour cats correspond to mini TBR games, which I'll go through with you in a second to what they correspond to. And treat yourself is pretty much as it seems. You literally treat yourself. Either you can purchase yourself a book or you can use it as a free choice, so it's like one or the other. So without further ado, these are the colour cats that go towards TBR games. So if you land on a red cat, it goes towards any TBR jar, so I can pick a TBR jar of my choice. Pink cats are to go to golden eggs. My cats choose golden eggs. Inside the eggs are some prompts, or there's a possibility that could be a book choice as well. And then in a blue cat, if you land on that, it's a dice TBR game. And a purple cat goes towards a bingo TBR game. A yellow cat goes towards the large gumball machine, which does have books as well as prompts in. And if you land on a green cat, it's to read an ebook, audiobook or a review book. If you land on the orange cat, it's to go towards the higher or lower card game. If you land on a black cat, it's a TBR pot. If you land on a grey cat, it's a random number generator. If you land on a cream cat, it's to go towards a book that's wrapped up. And like I said before, treat yourself, new book purchase or a free choice. So last month I said that I would just do 3 rolls, and then if I get any doubles then I add a prompt. I didn't get any doubles last month, so I was really lucky with that. And what I do is when I do get my cats, I pin them to this right here, and I literally just have a maximum of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 I believe. So yes, we got our little book token here that we start off of the board, and we roll with 2 dice. So yes, let's get started with the TBR game. Okay guys, here we go with the first roll. Oh no! Oh no! We have got a double to start with. This is not good. Oh no! 4 prompts already. Okay, so that was a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've landed on an orange cat. So we have the orange cat, which goes onto the board like so.
Okay, so we're going to play the card game of higher and lower, and Luna is in position. So this is the book that I would like to read in September, which is My Life Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick. This is on my currently reading pile, but it is a reread for me, and I was really enjoying it when I was reading it, and it's a contemporary. And then a book that I would least like to read would be Falling Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes. I just don't know what I'm going to think about that book. So they're going to stay behind Luna, and we will get our pack of cards. Where did I put them? Where did they go? I literally just had them. Oh, they're here. So I'm going to use this deck of cards that I got from Fairy Loot. This is called Threads of Fate, which I think is just perfectly fitting. So I'm just going to quickly, I'm not the best at shuffling, so I do apologise. I'm like an awful shuffler. Okay, so we start off by having our first card, which already I'm not liking. It's an 8. It's an 8, Luna. Do we go higher or lowers? Oh my goodness. I'm gonna go lower. Oh my goodness. Oh. I was about to say I never win at this game, and again I fail. It's a king, which means I lose. When am I ever going to win this game? I don't think I'm ever going to win this game. I'm never any good. Like, always, the second card, I fail. So it means that in September I will be reading Fallen Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes. If I do somehow read this, then I can go on to reading this. So that's kind of like, you know, a little sort of like rule. So as you guys would have seen, the card game yet again didn't do me any justice. I failed, and therefore the book that I will be reading in the month of September from that game is Fallen Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes. This was on my first ever book haul on BookTube, so we are talking a long time ago, back in the day. So yeah, I'm told this is kind of like Game of Thrones for young adults. So, but I've heard good and interesting things about the series though. So yeah, who knows, it could end up being like a favourite series of mine. I'm wary about it, which is why, you know, I'm always wary about fantasy books, because it's not necessarily a genre to jump into, but a fantasy has to be done well in my opinion in order for me to enjoy it. So I'm really hoping that I do. In a land where magic has been forgotten, peace has reigned for centuries, unrest is simmering, three kingdoms battle for power, a princess must journey into enemy territory in search of a magic long thought extinct, a rebel becomes the leader of a bloody revolution, and a sorceress discovers the truth about a supernatural legacy that she's destined to wield. It's the eve of the war, each must choose a side and kingdoms will fall. So yeah, fingers crossed that I do end up enjoying this one. Okay, roll number 2. Oh, that was so close, guys. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh my goodness, that was so close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, we have landed on a Treat Your Shelf. Treat Your Shelf token goes onto the board like so. I always love when a Treat Your Shelf or a free choice comes along, because it honestly helps my mood reading brain quite a lot. Thank goodness so far there is one to help me. So I've decided to go with the sort of like newest purchase, and with that being from a bookish subscription box. And so the book that I've gone along with is A Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. I've been hearing a lot of people reading this and saying it's really good. I have had a couple of people give it like 2 stars though, so I am kind of like wary. I did really enjoy The Love Hypothesis last year, so yeah, I'm really hoping that I'm one of the people that do end up enjoying this one, because I do have like a special edition of it. Fingers crossed that I do anyway, so we shall see. But yeah, this is literally about Bee, who lives by a simple code. What would Marie Curie do? If NASA's offered her the lead of a neuroengineering project, little dream come true, Marie would accept without hesitation. But the mother of modern physics has never had to co-lead with Levi Ward. Levi is attractive and dark and piercing eyes kind of way, but Levi has made his feelings towards Bee very clear in grad school. Arch enemies work best employed in their own galaxies far away. But yeah, I hear really good things about this one so far, so yeah, fingers crossed that I do end up enjoying this one. Okay, roll number 3, guys. Oh no! Oh no, it's our second double! The game is not happy with us. Just look, 2 5s. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Purple cat. And a purple cat goes onto the board like so as our third prompt. Okay, now onto the bingo game, and as you can tell, I've coloured each bingo ball. We've got like yellow, dark blue, light blue, purple, green, I think orange, and they all correspond to a different prompt or genre. So yeah, let's see what we're gonna get. Let's have a look. I think we got one, and if I just turn it and rotate, oh, two came out, but they are both the same colour anyway. Here is the first one that appeared. So it is a red ball right here. So let's just put those balls back into the bingo game, and you will see on the screen the list of the bingos and what they mean. And as you'll be able to see, red goes towards a reread, so this is really handy for me. So third roll, we got a purple cat, which was the bingo game, and as you guys would have seen, I also rolled a double, my second double so far. Really not good, but the prompt that came out of the bingo game was to go towards a reread, and so I chose one that was off my currently reading list as well, although I'm thinking I'm gonna have to honestly start from the beginning because I want to have it fresh, and I was only like 2 chapters in the book anyway, so I think I'll start fresh, to be honest, because I can't remember like the first 2 chapters. So the book that I chose is Blood Promise by Rochelle Mead. This is the 4th Vampire Academy novel. I love these books so much. I love Rochelle Mead's writing style. She's just amazing. She's one of my favourite authors. I love her so much. So yes, I have massive high hopes. But yes, I have read this before, so of course I have high hopes, but I can't remember anything that happened in it, so it's like reading it all over again. So yes, it is a continuation of the series, so I can't really talk about like the actual storyline of it because of spoilers, but just know the Vampire Academy, pretty much an academy of vampires, but like we have humans that look after the vampires, and they are like supernaturally kind of like inclined. So we have Rose, who protects her friend Lissa, who's her best friend, and Lissa is the vampire. So Rose is kind of like, she has to defend Lissa, so it's kind of like to protect them. So yeah, I probably explained that very badly, but yeah, I'm looking forward to continue with this one. Okay guys, roll number 4. Oh my goodness, that was so close as well. Look at that guys, a 3 and a 2. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've landed on a grey cat. This is great so far because we're getting all different prompts. So let's put a grey cat onto the little slider here so we can see what we've got so far there. Okay guys, so hopefully you'll be able to see my phone. It is numbered 1 to 86. I'm going to randomly generate. These are a list of books that are like on my list of books I want to read by the end of the year, as well as my currently reading book list, as well as like new book releases, like anticipated releases list. So these are all the 86. So let's generate and see what number comes up. We have got a number 53, which you should be able to see there, number 53. So let's find out what number 53 is in my bullet journal. 50, 51, 52, 53. That is Mean Spirits. So I'll just show this to you here. There's 50, 51, 52, 53 is mean spirits.
Our fourth prompt, which was the double added on, it was a grey cat that landed on a random generator, which is handy because I've not had that come up before. So what I did is I randomly generated all of the books, which I did mention before, out of currently reading, books from previous TBRs and lists, and also new releases that I was anticipated to read. So there were 86 in total and 53 came out, and as you would have seen before, Mean Spirits came up, which is in the Mediator series. It's book number 3. I will probably end up reading 3 and 4 though, but yeah, we shall see. But it's by Meg Cabot. This is a reread for me as well. It's a Mediator series. I absolutely love it so much. So we have Susanna Simon. She's a mediator, she can see ghosts, and it's kind of like a teen book where she kind of like solves these mysteries. So it could be like angry poltergeists, but there's this really hot guy ghost that is in her room because like her house that they have like taken over is a really old house, and his name's Jesse, and he's a really hot ghost, and he helps her to solve these crimes and stuff. It's really fun, it's really addictive. I absolutely love it so much, and I just love Meg Cabot's writing style. She's one of my favourite authors, big time, and yeah, I'm looking forward to giving this a reread again. Okay guys, will this be our 5th and final roll prompt for September? I'm really nervous. I always get really nervous on the last one. Ah, lucky hand roll. Here we go. Oh my goodness, that was lucky. We have got a 3 and a 1. That is great for me, definitely. Okay, we got 4. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we've got a pink cat. So another different prompt added to our little roll just here. So there you have it guys. These are the 5 that I've got: orange, treat yourself, purple, grey and pink for the month of September.
Lullaby is surrounded by golden eggs. Which one? Which one? Which one? You have so many choices. Well, you can have a go, Nutmeg. Oh, Luna's chosen one. Okay. Yes.
And then finally, our 5th and final book prompt and choice from the TBR game was to go towards a pink cat, and a pink cat was for the golden eggs, which the cats chose. So I picked out the eggs from the actual bowl that they're kept in, that had like prompts that would mean like good things to me, or book choices that I was okay to read, because I had them in there for like quite a long time. So there were some that I like held back, and some that I pushed forwards, and then I placed them in front of like Luna, and then Nutmeg kind of like came on, but Luna ended up like batting one anyway. And the book that came out of the golden egg was Awaken by Meg Cabot. So this is the first book that's in this series. I believe this is kind of a goddess. I think it is Persephone. So yeah, so a reimagined myth of Persephone. So yes, Hades and Persephone, the underworld and all of that, reimagined. Again, Meg Cabot, she's come out again on my actual TBR, so I've literally only just like noticed that. That's crazy. But yeah, I've not read this before, but I really do want to give it a read. So I'm really hoping that I end up enjoying this one.
Alrighty guys, here's time for the grab machine so that we can choose the monthly book. Which colour should we go for, guys? I think last time we had a yellow ball, so let's try and go maybe, I don't know, maybe this purple one? Oh no, I dropped it. Okay, hang on. Don't fear.
Who will get it? No. There we go. The lever didn't want to. There we go. We got it. We got it. As you guys would have seen what came out of the grab machine, I was actually really hoping this book was going to come out, because this was the book that I really wanted and I have been eyeing up lately, and I'm just so super happy, because I honestly think this is one book that I am going to focus on in September, just because of the fact that I've been eyeing it up. So the book that actually came out of the egg was XOXO, and this is by Axie O. I have been really wanting to give this a read, like absolutely massively, so I'm super happy. Like, you've no idea, but I've had it near enough ever since like the release, and I just haven't got around to picking it up yet, so I'm really just super excited. Like, oh my goodness, it just sounds so good. But yeah, anything that's like Korea, I love K-pop, anything of that sort of stuff, then yes, I'm super happy. So this is pretty much like, it says here, a dreamy dose of K-pop idols and secret romances. What if finding the love of your life meant risking the life that you loved? So it's about Jenny, who didn't get to be an award-winning classically trained cellist without choosing practice over fun, until the night that she meets Jae-woo, mysterious, handsome and a little bit tormented. They're exactly the kind of distraction that they would normally avoid, yet they find themselves pulled into an unforgettable evening, wandering LA with them on the night before their flight home to South Korea. Jae-woo is an ocean away. There's no use in dreaming of what could have been. When Jenny and her mother moved to Seoul to take care of her ailing grandmother, who did Jenny meet in the elite arts academy but Jae-woo? Finding the dreamy stranger who swept you off your feet in your homeroom is one thing, but Jae-woo isn't just any student. It turns out that he is a member of one of the biggest K-pop bands in the world. Unlike most K-pop idols, they're strictly forbidden from dating anyone. When a relationship means not only jeopardising her place at her dream music school, but also endangering everything that Jae-woo's worked for, Jenny has to decide once and for all just how much she's willing to risk for love. It sounds so good. Like, I'm so super excited. It's probably going to be one of the first reads that I do read in September if I don't read it anytime soon in August. So there will be a couple of books that I will have to forward onto my September TBR as well. That's because I didn't get around to reading them, like completing them. So one is one that I started, and that is The Raven Boys by Meg Stiefvater. I am page 89, chapter 8 of this, so I would like to continue on with it. Hopefully now that I'm slowly getting out of this like funky slump I'm really hoping that I end up like enjoying it a lot more, getting more used to the writing style and everything. But yeah, this is on my like top books to read, and also it's a very popular series. I've owned it for a very long time. But yeah, not a massive load has happened so far. There are these like Raven boys that go to this school, and we know that the main character Blue has pretty much been told that if she does kiss her true love, she will die. She sees like this supposed true love in this dream, I think called Ganzi, I want to say. So yeah, that's near enough kind of like what I've got from it so far, within like less than 100 pages. But it does seem really intriguing, so it's just getting used to the writing style of this. But I'm really hoping that I can get used to it, that my brain will. I think it is starting to be honest. But yeah, I do want to get back into it again, and yeah, like dive in and just see where it takes me. And the other book is the Late Night Bookworming Book Club book pick for the month of August, and the live show is going to be in September. So we do give like 6 weeks to get hold of the book and to read the book ready for the live show, so it gives plenty of time, because I know especially with like overseas it can take up to like a month, and then at least then you've got like a couple of weeks to read it. So this came in a book subscription box. It was Fairy Loot, so it's really handy that it's come out. So I do obviously need to get this read because it is a book club pick, so it is a high priority of September now. So yeah, I didn't get around to reading in August. I hit a bit of a slump in the end of the last week, so I'm really hoping that my reading picks up in September, and I'm really hoping this is one that I do enjoy. I don't really know anything about this book whatsoever, to be honest, so I can't really say, but all I can say is that it's like a standalone fantasy. So yeah, I haven't really heard anybody talk about it either, so it's like a mystery to me. So I think this would be an interesting one to talk about. So yes, if you do own this book and you would like to read it, then yeah, feel free to join us. The live show is normally like the Saturday in the middle of the month. But yeah, all the details are normally on the Twitter page at LN Bookworming, but it's literally linked below in the description for you to check out. And feel free to like submit books towards the Twitter as well that you'd like to read. We kind of like are alternating each month at the moment between series and standalone. So yeah. So the month of August is standalone, and then September is going to be series, and then October will be standalone again, and we're trying to kind of like fit it in the themes of the month as well. So like October could be like a spooky or mystery or thriller. So if there is a standalone of one of those that you would like to put forward, then feel free to, and then we end up putting it to a vote on Twitter for a week for everyone to vote. But yes, this is August's book. And then speaking of another late night bookworm book club book pick, we have had our September book come out, and it was a series, and it was a very interesting poll to say the least. We had like This Woven Kingdom, Scythe, the Foxhole Court, and then there was this Kindle or like free book, Kindle Unlimited book on Amazon of like this like contemporary series. But for a while the Foxhole Court was winning, and then we had This Woven Kingdom like coming really close, but then Scythe literally just like took over and won pretty much like by a landslide. We had like nearly 40 votes, which is really great for us. So yes, so the winning book is Scythe by Neil Shusterman. That's great as well because it gets people ready for gleanings, which is probably another reason why this book was voted. But yeah, so this would be a reread for me, and I'm actually kind of like looking forward to it, although it wasn't actually that too long ago that I read it, so I don't know how my reread is going to go for this, because it wasn't that long ago. I think it was only literally last year, I want to say. But yeah, we shall see. I want to have it fresh in my mind all the same, so whether I get around to reading this in September, if not October, ready for the live show in October, so we shall see. But this is the book for September, so yet again the whole of September and halfway through October, you've got 6 weeks basically to give this book a read, and we'll have our live show for this in the middle of October. And yeah, I'm really excited to give it a read and to discuss it with you all. And yeah, hopefully, I mean, I loved it the first time around, so we'll see. I'm sure I'll love it again the second time around, so oh yeah. That is a massive September TBR. I've got 5, 2 that I'm forwarding, which makes it 7, and the Late Night Bookworm Book Club for September, and the Gumball Machine, which makes it 9. 9 books, 9 physical books on my TBR. So what have we got here? We've got a contemporary, we've got a dystopian, that's a fantasy, this is kind of like a fantasy, we've got here, I don't really know, paranormal, I don't know, is it paranormal I don't know, I don't actually know. And then we've got here, this is paranormal, this is paranormal, this is a romance, contemporary, and a fantasy. So we have a mix of kind of like 3, I want to say. Fantasies, romances, and paranormals with a dystopian. So it's a right old mix, but you know what? I'm excited for this mix though, because there's some really interesting books. I've got a couple of rereads there, and I've got Love on the Brain, which I really do want to read. So I'm excited for September's TBR. Now I just want to say that with a sort of free choice, if it turns out that either one, I don't like Love on the Brain, or if I do end up wanting to swap out my actual like treat yourself free choice, then I am allowing myself to, because I am a mood reader, and I have done that in the month of August as well. I have swapped out a couple of books I had as free choices. So yeah, anything that I can bend towards a prompt, without, like, you know, if it didn't come out as an actual book choice from the actual TBR game, then I can change it. So for example, if like fantasy came out of a TBR game and I chose a fantasy now, if it turns out when I got round to it that I wanted to choose a different fantasy for that prompt, then I allow myself to do it, just because I'm a mood reader. I find this helps my brain, it helps me with the mood reading side of it. So that is just like the rule that I kind of like set for myself, that I say that it is okay to do that, because for me it's still reading, I'm still reading the books I want to read, and I've just found that this helps like so much. So if for example I still don't get round to reading the books that I like, if I forwarded Raven Boys and I still didn't get round to reading it, you know what, it's not the end of the world. I'm just forwarding it on because I did start it. And you know, I don't know, a golden egg, I could always get the cats to choose a different golden egg if I'm not really feeling awaken or something. I could do another random generator again if I do want to, but I'm going to try my best to stick to this as best as I can. So without this being a massively long-winded video, that is my TBR. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have read any of these books I've mentioned in today's video, let me know down below. Also let me know what books you guys are reading for your TBR. If you've done a video for it, link it down below. I love watching TBR videos. But yes, I'm excited all the same. So all of my social media links are linked down below in the description if you'd like to follow me as well. Twitter, Instagram, Goodreads, my gaming channel, my book clubs, it's all down below for you to check out. I've also got a TikTok now at Kitkatscanread, pretty much the same. But that's it from me, guys. Keep smiling, keep reading, and be happy. My name is Katie, and I'll see all of you wonderful, awesome people in my next video. Bye.